So while I'm in the spirit of telling y'all what I learned this week, did y'all know that Pythagorean triangle, or what we know as the Pythagorean theorem, was actually stolen from ancient Egypt? And they had the knowledge centuries before Pythagoras even walked this motherfucking earth? Yeah, they were colonized. What they actually used to do was take this long rope and they would tie 13 equidistant knots in this rope. They would use 3 knots for one side, 4 knots for the other side, and 5 knots for the hypotenuse, which is across from the right angle. And they would use these ropes as kind of like measuring sticks in order for them to lay out land and also design their fucking temples. Now, if you know anything about ancient Egypt, their temples and their structures are basically based off of the phi ratio, which is the go to mean. It's like literally perfection. And the phi ratio is everywhere. It's in our face, it's in our ears, the Fibonacci spiral. Then that information was literally stolen from them. And I did an episode talking about Pythagoras and how he went to Egypt to study. During that time, the pharaoh that was in charge, his name was Panetter, and he stole the information from Panetter, named it his own, and then colonized the people. He didn't colonize the people, but the Greeks did. Ptolemy did. And Ptolemy was of Greek descent. He inherited that land from Alexander the Great, who literally colonized it. He didn't just take any piece of fucking land. He took a piece of land that was on water so that he can do exports and transports. And when Alexander the Great died, he passed that on to Ptolemy. And then Ptolemy is the one who made the Library of Alexandria. And he, like anybody who came into his city, he would basically stick them up, rob them for whatever scrolls or text that they had, make a copy of it and give them back the copy. He burnt down the Egyptian libraries, and then he stole their people, moved them to Alexandria so that they can integrate with the Greeks. And he used school to indoctrinate the people, not only into Greek religion, but also Greek philosophy. And the Greeks were not even the only people to colonize Egypt. It was the Arabs, the Turks, the Hebrew Israelites, the Canaanites. And pretty much everything that we know today is stolen from ancient Egypt. And somebody came in, colonized it, and just slapped their name on it. Like, do these people have an original fucking thought in their head? Like, that's fucking insane to me. And not only that, they taught them the art of healing. So the reason why we have doctors is because of the Egyptians. They also taught them how to get in touch with their supernatural abilities. So magic and alchemy came from ancient Egypt. My mind is just blown because I've always had an affinity for learning about ancient Egypt, but I didn't start until this year. If you're interested in learning more, please follow my podcast. We talk about numerology, astrology, and sacred geometry, which all come from ancient Egypt. And then I have a book club series that drops every 2 to 3 weeks that unpacks religion, because that also came from ancient Egypt. It used to be the worship of the sun. The Bible used to be called the Helios Biblios, which is the sun book. They just dropped the Helios part. Christianity used to be called astrolatry. And the reason why they focus so much on the sun is because the sun told them when they were entering reproductive cycles and when they were entering destructive cycles. The reproductive cycles are spring and summer. The destructive cycles are fall and winter. Y'all need to tap in, and y'all need to tap in today. If you're seeing this, please like, comment, repost, because my content is being suppressed.